So, hello! Ngayon, dito naman sa video na to, ipapakita ko sa inyo kung paano kumuha ng differentiation formulas kapag ang idinideal mo naman is yung mga transcendental functions. So, ano ba yung mga transcendental functions? Sila yung exponential functions at yung logarithmic functions. A while ago, naumpisa ko na yung transcendental, yung trigo function. So, let's have the remaining in here. So, sabi mo nga ma'am, exponential and logarithmic. Ano ba yung exponential? Kung natatandaan ninyo, when you say exponential functions, ito yung mga functions wherein the variable x is found in the exponent. Okay? Exponential functions is when x is in the exponent. Well, logarithmic functions naman, sabi natin nung sa ating general mathematics class, si logarithmic function naman, sila yung mga inverse of the exponential function. So, sila yung logarithmic function or yung ln or yung log. Okay, so we have here 4 formulas for expo and logarithmic functions. And these are those. So, e of x, okay? So, the derivative ng e raised to x, ang laging sagot lang daw pag kinukuha si derivative ng e raised to x ay e raised to x pa rin. Ngayon, anong derivative ng a raised to x? A raised to x would be equal to a raised to x ln of a. So, ma'am, ano ibig sabihin nun? Kapag meron kang number na naka-raise sa letter, variable x, so ang gagawin mo lang doon is kunin mo lang yung mismong given, that's 5 raised to x, and then kunin mo yung ln ng mismong number. Kopya mo na yung number, ln 5. So, that's already how it is done. So, note, if you're going to try to look at here, in this part, these are all exponentials. Bakit? Because the exponents are found, the variables are found in the exponent. So, iyan po yung mga exponential functions. Now, the other side, we have ln here or in the logarithm. So, these are the logarithmic function. Kung natatandaan nyo, si ln, siya yung inverse ni natural exponents. And it will be logarithmic, natural logarithm tawag sa kanya, kaya ln. So, anong derivative ng ln x? So, pag nakita ko ng ln x, automatically, it's 1 over x. Okay, that's the formula. ln x, derivative of ln x is equal to 1 over x. Ngayon, ano naman ang derivative ng logarithm of x base a? So, logarithm of x base a, it will be 1 over, kung ano yung variable x, and then ln of that base, ln a. So, ito lang po yung mga formula na kailangan mo tandaan para makuha mo ang derivatives ng exponential at ng logarithmic function. So, let us have a guide here below on how to solve some exponential and logarithmic function. Now, let's have example number 1. Number 1, y is equal to 4 ln x. So, kailangan guided ka. Ano ba yung formula na kailangan mong tingnan? The given here has a constant of 4, but the function is ln. So, you have to look for the derivative of ln. And the derivative of ln is 1 over x. Note na kailangan i-apply pa rin natin dito yung concept ng basic derivatives. So, may constant tayo na minultiply sa function. So, yung constant na yun, kokopyahin mo lang. And that would be 4. Ayan, kinopya si 4. At si ln x, ano ang derivative ng ln x? 1 over x. So, that's 4 times 1 over x. And just like that, simplify, multiply mo lang 4 times 1 over x. So, fraction yan at whole number, may denominator na 1. So, numerator sa numerator, 4 times 1. Denominator sa denominator, 1 times x. So, it will be 4 over x. That's it. That's already the derivative of y equals 4 ln x. Ngayon, kung titignan mo si number 2, si number 2 is y is equal to x e x, or x e raised to x. So, kung makikita mo, x is already a variable, while ex is another function. Therefore, may dalawang function dyan na may operation involved. At yung operation involved dito, hindi mo nakikita. This is multiplication. And therefore, we're going to use the product rule formula. So, kung natatandaan nyo, ano nga ulit si product rule? Copy derivative plus copy derivative. Therefore, you're going to copy x and then i-derive mo si e raised to x. Plus, kukopya mo si e raised to x as i-derivative mo naman si x. So, paano yun? It looks like this. Copy derivative. So, copy x. Derivative ng ex pa rin. Okay? Derivative ng e raised to x pa din. Plus, copy naman nito and then derivative naman ng x. So, kinopya si e raised to x and then derivative si x and that's 1. Then, simplify. So, y prime is equal to x e raised to x plus e raised to x. At ito na yung pinaka-sagot niya. Bakit? Hindi mo sila pwedeng pagsamahin. Although pareha silang may e raised to x, pero this is a variable and this is having a constant 1. So, you cannot combine a variable and a 1. Pero pwede mo siyang i-simplify into in other forms. Parang, since pareha silang may e raised to x, so factor out e raised to x, divide both. X e raised to x divided by e raised to x, x lang. E raised to x divided by e raised to x is 1. So, pwedeng ito yung sagot mo, pwede rin ito. This one is in factored form, while this one is in expanded form. Now, for number 3, y is equal to x squared ln x. So, ano ibig sabihin nito? Observe mo. X squared. It's one function. Power rule. Ln x, it's a logarithmic function. Ito yun. Since may dalawang function dyan, may operation involved. Ang operation involved, kapag hindi mo nakikita, is multiplication. So, you're still going to use the product rule. Again, paano nga ulit sa product rule? Copy, derivative, plus copy, derivative. So, copy mo sa x squared. Ayan, kinopya si x squared. Derivative ng ln x. Ano ang derivative ng ln x? 1 over x. So, copy, derivative. Ayan, kinopy, derivative na. Plus, kung kanina kinopya mo yung x squared, this time, ang ikokopya mo naman si ln x. So, copy derivative plus copy ln x and then derivative ng x squared. X squared is a power rule. So, si raised to 2 binaba 2 and then kinopya si variable, bawas ng isa, 2 minus 1 is 1. Kaya hindi na pinakita. So, again, copy derivative plus copy derivative. Okay? And simplify. So, x squared times 1 over x. So, may over 1 dito. Numerator sa numerator, denominator sa denominator. But technically speaking, x squared over x can be simplified with x. Agree? Bakit? Kasi, diba, kapag tayo, minultiply natin to, x squared times 1. This would be x squared all over x. 1 times x. Eh, kapag sinimplify natin yan, diba, sinusubtract ang exponent. And so, that's x. Therefore, yan, x na lang siya. And in here, si 2x, ay mamultiply lang natin, so that is 2x ln x. Parang kung ano lang yung ginawa natin sa angle sa trigonometry. Sa trigonometry, yung 2x dito, hindi siya as angle. So, ganun din siya sa logarithm. Sa logarithmic function rather, ang 2x dito, hindi siya base dun sa logarithm. So, siya ang multiplier. Kaya, ilalagay mo siya sa harap. Kaya, napunta siya dito. So, 2x ln x. Okay po? And that's ready. The final answer. For number 4, yan. So, if you're going to observe number 4, obvious naman yung mga operation niya. Unlike si number 2 at si number 3 that leads to a product rule, for number 4, it leads to sum and difference of two functions, or rather, 3 functions pala. Ito yung functions dito. So, ibig sabihin, kukunin mo yung derivative ng bawat term. Okay? So, 4e raised to x. So, paano nga ulit yung derivative ng 4e raised to x? 4 is a constant, copy 4. Derivative ng e raised to x pa rin. So, yun yan. Kinopya si 4, e raised to x pa rin. Ngayon, ano yung susunod sa number 4? Dito, copy na ulit si constant, 1/2, then derivative ng sign. Derivative ng sign, yung kanina, sa kanina nating lesson, sa trigo functions, derivative ng sign ay cos. Okay. Next is this one. So, syempre, this one is a constant and a power rule. So, yung constant na 5, sinulat lang as 5. Ngayon, if you're going to take square root of x cubed into exponential, it would be x raised to 3 over 2 kasi square root. Ang square root, diba, has an index of 2 and square root leads you to fractional exponents and that is 3/2. So, kunin natin ang derivative ng x raised to 3/2. Power rule, babase 3/2. So, babase 3/2 x, and then 3 halves minus 1. Okay? Kaya ang nangyari dito, ito si 3 halves, ayan, and then kopya si x, ano yung 3 halves minus 1? 2 times 1 is 2, 3 minus 2, 1. So, 1 over 2. So, yan po yun. Okay, so, after nyan, ayan na nga, na-simplify na. After nyan, combine like terms if possible or simplify the others. Okay, so 4e raised to x as is siya, 1 half cos x as is siya, pero 5 times 3 halves. Numerator sa numerator, denominator sa denominator. 5 times 3, 15 over 2. And then, copy x raised to 1 half. Ulitin lang po natin ha. Yung number 4 is a sum and difference function. Therefore, bawat term kukuhanan mo ng function. Yung first term, 4e raised to x. So, may constant na 4, kinopya si 4, and then dinerivative si e raised to x. Hindi siya na bago because derivative of e raised to x is still the same as e raised to x. Next is, second term, 1 half sin x. Kinopya ng si 1 half, ito yun. Derivative ng sin ay cos. Dealing with trigo functions. Okay, derivative ng sin ay cos. Next is this one. Si x, cube root of x cube. Cube root of x cube is the same as x raised to 3 halves. Therefore, may constant na 5 kinopya. Derivative ng power rule, binaba si 3 halves, binawasan ng isa yung 3 halves, so x raised to 1 half. Thus, that's the answer. Sinimplify lang yung 5 times 3 halves, kaya naging 15 halves, at iyon na nga po ang nangyari. Okay? So, far, kaya pa naman. And for the last, let's have number 5. Logarithm of 5 logarithm of x base 5 plus 4x squared plus 5 raised to x. So, paano naman ito? Again, this is sum function. May first term, may second term, at may third term. Hiwa-hiwalay mo kukuhanin ang kanilang derivative. So, first term, may constant na 5. So, kopyahin mo si 5. Ngayon, if you're going to look at logarithm of x base 5, ito yung formula na gagamitin mo. Tama? Logarithm of x base 5. Therefore, ang a mo dyan is 5. So, the formula is 1 over x ln a. So, 1 over x ln 5. Yung a, pinalitan lang ng 5. Kaya, 1 over x ln 5. Plus, ito ay power rule. So, si constant na 4 kinopya, yung exponent na 2 binaba, and then x raised to 2 minus 1, so 1. And then, 5 raised to x is an exponential. An exponential of this, a raised to x. So, ang derivative niya, a raised to x pa din, and then ln a. So, if a raised to x is 5 raised to x, ln a, ang a natin dyan ngayon ay 5. So, ln 5. Okay, so just like that, simplify. Nagiging, syempre, multiply mo to, numerator sa numerator, and denominator sa denominator. 5 times 1, 5, x ln 5. Then 4 times 2, 8, 8x, 5 raised to x, ln 5. And that's it. That's how you deal with exponential and logarithmic function. So go with that, let's have more examples about this topic. Say number 5. 5 cube root of x minus 2 cos x minus e raised to x all over 3 raised to x minus 4x. Ngayon, dito sa example na to, it's a combination of difference function and quotient rule. Bakit? Kasi may over. So, may quotient rule. Quotient rule. Natatandaan ang formula ng quotient rule? Quotient rule formula is y prime is equal to denominator copy, derivative ng numerator, minus copy the numerator, derivative ng denominator, over the square root of the denominator. So, to apply that, we have this. Paano nangyari yun? G, denominator, kinopya si denominator ito. F prime, derivative ng numerator. So, paano yung derivative ng numerator? Medyo mahabang process to. Si numerator, kunin ko na, kuha na lang ako ng scratch siya. Numerator is, the numerator is 5 cube root of x minus 2 cos x minus e raised to x. Ngayon, paano mo kukunin yung y prime niyan? This is 5 and 1/3. 5 raised to x raised to 1/3. Minus 2 cos x minus e raised to x by term. So, this is y prime is equal to 5, baba si 1/3, and then x 1/3 minus 1. Minus 2, derivative ng cos, negative sign, at derivative ng ex, e raised to x. Kaya, ito yun. Sana nag-gets yun. Ulitin ko. May kang magulo yata. Ulitin natin, ha? Quotient rule says, copy the denominator, derivative ng numerator. Now, this is the numerator, and the numerator has radical form. So, this cube root of x is x raised to 1/3. Thus, yung first term is a constant multiplied by a power rule. So, yung constant na 5, kinopya lang. Since x raised to 1/3 siya, binaba yung 1/3. Yung 1/3 binawasan ng 1, kaya negative 2/3. Okay, so na nakuha to. Plus, negative 2, okay, copy si negative 2, derivative ng cos, negative sign. Okay, so, negative x, negative, positive, so positive 2 sin x. So, sinulat na lang siya as is naman. And then, dito, e raised to x, so mangyayari dyan, derivative ng e raised to x, ito yon. So, derivative ng e raised to x, e raised to x pa rin. Okay na, so tapos na tayo sa formula na to. Now, let's have this. So, in the other one, ang gagawin mo naman, kukopyahin mo yung numerator. Okay, and that's it. Kinopya si numerator. Ito siya. And then, derivative mo yung denominator. Sa denominator, difference, may dalawang term. Derivative ng 3 raised to x, that's a number raised to x. So, 3 raised to x, ln 3. Kasi ang formula natin ay a raised to x, ln a. So, 3 raised to x, ln 3. Minus, derivative ng 4x. So, derivative ng x ay 1. Then, may constant na 4, so minus 4. Okay? At yung denominator, naka-raise lang sa. Next tayo, simplify natin. So, this one is a binomial to a trinomial, so you have to distribute. This is a trinomial to a binomial, so you have to distribute. So, 3 raised to x, hindi. Huwag muna pala tayo mag-distribute. Simplify muna natin itong 5 times 1/3. So, higiging ito. 3 raised to x minus 4x. 5 times 1/3 is 5/3. X raised to negative 2/3. 2 sin x and then e raised to x. Then, in here, we have minus 5 cube root of x minus 2 cos x. Okay, nire-write lang. And yung denominator, nire-write lang. Now, the question, ma'am, bakit mo nire-write lang? Because, if you're going to look at your answer, the numerator has 3 terms, and this one also has 3 terms. So, that leads you to a trinomial. So, gaya nga ng rule ko sa klase natin, kapag trinomial, okay lang na huwag na na-expand. Kaya, dito, sa part na to, hindi na siya in-expand. Okay? So, that's how we get the derivative of the logarithm and exponential. Last example. How about if we have e raised to 8x raised to 4? So, kumbaga, parang medyo maano na to, medyo dito, exponential na siya, tapos yung exponent pa niya, meron pang kailangan i-derivative. In other words, this kind of example will lead you to exponential function that is the shape rule. So, kapag ganyan po, ang gagawin lang is, the formula would be y prime is equal to e raised to u times d. Ano ibig sabihin nun? You will let this expression as e raised to u. Therefore, your u is the exponent itself. Therefore, your u here is 8x to the 4th. So, ano sabi dun sa formula? Y prime is equal to e raised to u times du. So, kung ang e raised to u mo ay 8x to the 4th, therefore, it would be e 8x to the 4th, ayan, kopya lang, times derivative ng u. Kung ang u natin ay 8x to the 4th, derivative lang ng u. So, this one is a constant, power, baba si 4, bawas ng isa. So, times natin sa 8 times 4, 32x raised to 3. So, times 32x raised to 3. Okay, so mangyayari, ayan, simplify lang natin. Burahin ko na. So, nangyari, ito nga yun. Kinopya si E8x raised to the 4th and derivative is 32x cubed. So, simplify lang, pinagtabi lang naman yan sila. So, 32x cubed times E raised to 8 raised to 8x to the 4th. And that's already how we deal with derivative of logarithmic functions. So, sana po naintindihan. That will be all. Thank you.